Sunday Central is here, people. I'm your host for today, Ben Benny Buckets of the Fantasy Shot Callers. We're in the house, pro football craze. We got Ocean State fantasy football. We got two Zachs, and we're just trying to stack that Rex and bring you to fantasy greatness. So what's good, guys? How we doing? How we feeling? How we living?
I'm doing pretty good. How about you?
I'm doing fantastic. Man. Just trying to get the mind right before, maybe I need a little help to get in the playoffs in some leagues because of injuries, and, maybe I got to lock it up.
Bro, hats off to you, bro. That was a killer intro. I'm not even going to lie. I'm hyped right now.
Hell yeah.
Let's go Rex Burkhead.
I'm not that hyped, but,
So, throw your comments in below for starts and sits. We're going in on this Sunday morning. It is a bright one. It could be a bleak one, but nevertheless, if you're playing for pride at this point, you got to win your consolation bracket. All right? You can't be stuck with the Sacco at the end of the year. You can't be stuck with anything that's, going to bring you nothing less than fantasy joy. What's up, Jan? How we doing? How we feeling? How we living? Thanks for joining. Throw your comments. Questions for starts and sits. So I guess first and foremost, though, you can't drop the Patriots defense even though on bye week, right?
I guess team dependent. But yeah, no, it'd be tough, especially if you're playing the matchups going into the playoff time.
Because they play Indy and then Buffalo, both probably not amazing matchups. But then if you make that final week, and you got the Patriots defense playing Jacksonville, I'm pretty sure you're gonna lock up your win there with a massive week.
Yeah, that's a pretty enticing last week matchup. So I guess what about Nick Folk? You can't drop Nick Folk either, right?
I do not play with kickers in fantasy football, so I will not be partaking in this question. But
well, for the rest of us, I will let you know that Nick Folk is an absolute weapon, and he is not only the best kicker in fantasy, but he is probably putting up more points than some wide receiver threes. So
he's ranked
drop him. I guess
he's ranked 72 in fantasy football this year.
Yeah, exactly.
He has 40 or 50 more points than the next guy up, which is crazy. We've got a comment from Jan Van Jefferson or Julio. I feel like Julio is going to have a nice game. That's tough, man. Just coming off an injury, he could hurt that hammy at any time. He could become a ham sandwich, throw a slice of cheese, eat him on up, throw him out of the game. I think I may have to stick with Van Jefferson. He's been getting a nice target share as of late, and even with OBJ, Van Jefferson, I really think is the wide receiver 2 on that team because of the chemistry that they have, and OBJ is just a big baby.
Facts.
Yeah, Julio probably presents the higher upside. They have given him the time to actually heal fully instead of trying to keep putting him back in there. They let him go on IR. So he has been out for a while. I think that benefits him because he's now probably 100% healthy. Otherwise, they wouldn't have brought him back yet. For me, I think Julio will probably have a good week. That's the direction I'm going to go, especially with A.J. Brown being out and Derrick Henry being out. Someone's got to catch the ball out there. So,
very true. It's not just going to be Hilliard all day?
No.
I hope so. For DFS sake, I hope so. Got a ton of Hilliard.
Oh, I should put it in a lineup today. Yeah,
I was just on the DFS Twins earlier, talking with Dave and Kyle, and man, those guys are good at DFS. I tell you that.
Really,
you want a cheat code, dude? Just go hop on that show for a quick second. They'll give you some clean lineups.
Yeah, I got it. It's a little early for me on the West Coast, but fantasy is life. So I got to do it.
Yeah, staying on the Julio train just for a second. In one of my own leagues, I'm debating between Guyton and Julio, and I currently have Guyton slotted in.
Oh, yeah. What's up, Jorge Zamudio? Jet's going to get smacked.
He says sorry
What
right
up?
after
And then
that.
he says sorry, and all I got to say is, don't be sorry, ho. Be careful. If you can name that movie, good for you. It's the day after Thursday. It's one of those movies.
Got no job. Ain't got
Shit
nothing
to do. And then a couple emojis laughing, rock on, yeah, rock on, dude. Throw your starts and sits in the comments. And then he's just JKing, bro. We just JKing through this chat. But, when it comes to fantasy, not JKing here. You're talking to some of the juggernauts of the fantasy realm. So throw it in the chat, starts and sits. So I guess how high are we on Jalen Guyton today?
I'm fairly high. I think he's Zach and I talked about this on my show, but I think he's probably in that lower end wide receiver 2 echelon. Even though Mike Williams is back, he's still been the only one I practice all week, and with Keenan Allen being out in a high profile offense, I think it's definitely got to be a good matchup. And the Giants secondary hasn't really turned out to be what they thought we were going to be at the beginning of the season, so I'm not super scared about the matchup either.
Yep, Guyton. I'm heavy on Guyton this week. I have Keenan Allen in a pretty competitive 12-team league, and wish I made the right choice of just taking him out when I knew he wasn't going to play all week and just throwing in KJ Osborne. So instead, I had to pivot and grab Guyton. So I'm starting him with the confidence that he's going to continue to have that same target share he had last week. It seems like Herbert got a pretty good rapport so far.
They definitely do, especially like you said, especially after last week. And it's funny because it seems like kind of a conspiracy because Jalen Guyton wasn't getting any love the whole year, and then he got a bunch of love this past Sunday, and now Keenan Allen's on COVID. So did they know that Keenan Allen had COVID and still played? Who knows? But that's none of my damn business. We got Jan. How you feel about Kittle this week? Let's see, Mr. Pro Football News guy. Is Deebo Samuel out again?
Deebo Samuel will be playing this week.
Really?
Shocker. Being at Cincinnati, I think Cincinnati is going to be without Trey Waynes as well. So they should be able to pass on the defense, and George Kittle is an absolute beast. So I'm confident with Kittle this week, even though Deebo will be back.
Me too. I mean, I think they'll probably play him very carefully. I don't think he'll be playing out of the backfield at all, just not to push the injury. We have another question from Jorge. I need 2 starting running backs. Got Patterson, James Conner, and Sony Michel. Also need 1 flex of those guys. I got Mike Evans also. So we don't know if Chase Edmonds is going to be back this week. He is off he will be activated off the IR, but that doesn't mean he will be playing. But at the same time, they're playing the Rams, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it's really in between James Conner and Sony Michel. You got to play Mike Evans. Antonio Brown's still out, so you have to play him.
And since they both play on Monday night, you will know whether or not Edmonds is going to be playing. Yeah. So for me, if Edmonds is playing, I'm starting Sony, and if Edmonds not playing, I'm starting James Conner.
Yeah, for sure. But nevertheless, you have to start Cordell Patterson.
He's elite.
Yeah.
No.
And then I got Josh Allen. I'm gonna just roll. The Bucs secondary isn't that great, so you're good on that note. I think a big day from Stephon Diggs, probably a touchdown and a half from Dawson Knox, and then or Gabriel Davis will just have 400 yards through the air. Who knows?
I think Emmanuel Sanders is gonna have a big week.
Really, you think so?
No, yeah, Dawson Knox. This is a Dawson Knox 2 TD.
Nah, you understand what heart he's playing with right now after everything that just happened to hit one of his dearest friends, Demaryius Thomas. There's no way Emmanuel Sanders doesn't have a massive week in honor of Demaryius Thomas.
I like that take. I respect that.
I'm not hedging my playoff opportunity on a feel-good story, but
I'm talking DFS.
All right.
Yeah. Sure, for your fantasy football, whatever. But DFS, Emmanuel Sanders for cheap, you can count me in.
Yeah, no, it's adorable, but I can't risk it.
You should have started with that. All right.
I mean, I have a few in my inbox too. If you guys need just a couple, I mean, I'm kind of struggling here. So I got D Hop or Amon-Ra St. Brown.
Why is that a question?
Yeah, D Hop.
I'm letting you know these are the questions that are in my inbox at the moment.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, I'm going D Hop. I thought this was a question you were asking us, and I was also very confused. I was like, why are you?
No.
But yeah, I'm going D Hop there. I have a question in my inbox, which was pick 2 of the 3, which was Marquise Brown, D Hop, and Scary Terry.
Ooh. So
I'll get to that.
Marquise Hollywood Brown got denied to be on the Hollywood Walk of Fame this past week. So with his great-grandmother just graduating college for the second time, I think that feel-good story will make him into a wide receiver 1 this week. Just kidding. But that's tough. So Hollywood Brown, D-Hop, and wow, who's third?
Scary Terry.
Scary Terry.
Man,
it's a tough one.
It's gonna be Scary Terry for me. Just with the he's one of the few wide receivers that can beat anybody in the NFL. So if you're gonna have to bank on someone, I'm not gonna rely on a 90-yard bomb from Marquise Brown or D Hop.
Yeah, I'm starting. You start out. 2 of them. So I'm starting.
You start 2.
Terry.
Okay. Yeah. D-Hop and Terry are definitely the safer picks. And it's really matchup based for Scary Terry because one, like the Cowboys secondary has, they have the most turnovers in the league, but at the same time, they give up a bunch of yardage, right? They'll overplay the interceptions or underplay the coverage so that the receivers will be able to get down the field or get some yards after catch. So with that being said, I mean, it's butter cake for your fantasy lineups. So got to go Scary Terry. And that matchup has huge playoff implications in real NFL. So they're going to both ball out. And then, I agree. DeAndre Hopkins was great last week with Kyler Murray. He's going to keep doing the same thing against a Rams defense that really has underperformed, especially for fantasy wise. So look for that going forward. And then Marquise Hollywood Brown has been up and down all season, and he's as of right now pretty touchdown dependent, unfortunately.
Yep.
I got it. Jan has a question. Monster week for Eckler or no?
Yes. Yeah, I think he should have a pretty big week.
If he's playing, yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and he is. He was the questionable tag got taken off yesterday.
Yep.
What about Russell Gage, our favorite, or Julio Jones?
Crazy and I were actually kind of talking about this earlier. Russell Gage doesn't perform when everyone starts him.
Right.
He's playing the Panthers defense too.
And he's
pretty good corners.
Gilmore, J.C. Horn is playing, right?
No, but Dante Jackson, A.J. Boye, it doesn't really matter who's going to be on.
Yeah.
J.C. Horn's coming back this year?
Probably not, unless we make a playoff run. There's a chance he can come back, but I don't see us making a playoff run, so I don't think he'll be back.
Definitely not. Not in the AFC, bro. But you should have been in the AFC. You would have stood a chance.
And who's the other one again?
Russell Gage or Julio Jones?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you got to go Julio.
Julio.
Gage a good start this week over Van Jefferson? No. Van Jefferson, baby.
Yeah, give me Van Jefferson as well.
Lamar Jackson or Aaron Rodgers?
Lamar.
Who do the Packers play again?
Bears.
Packers play the Bears.
At home, too. Bears defense is pretty mediocre to bad, so.
That's actually a good question, I think.
Yeah. And the Ravens are playing
Cleveland.
Ravens are playing Cleveland again for Cleveland, it's their second time around playing them.
You gotta. I don't know. I really enjoy when it's a close matchup. I really enjoy come Sunday night, kind of knowing what I need from my player. So for that reason, because I think they're probably right next to each other in my rankings, I'm going to start Aaron Rodgers. Unless you have like a Marquise Brown or someone in your lineup, and then the stack makes sense. But outside of that, I think I'm going to go Rodgers just for that being more fun for me to watch, in my opinion.
Love it. Great take, sir.
Thank you.
Bold take, Cotton. I got another one. Start Sutton, Bateman, or St. Brown.
St. Brown. St. Brown. I think I'm high on St. Brown this week. I don't know why. I think the organization, for as bad as they are at evaluating talent, they do need to try to do that. And they have, their St. Brown is their rookie wide receiver. So why not test him out,
Yeah. I wouldn't want to test him out against the Broncos defense just because they are kind of like the Bears from last year. They're like the Bears and the Bills. Like the Bears gave up the least amount of fantasy points last year, and then the Bills obviously have done that. But the Broncos have come on strong and really hindered really anything. And so Sutton is playing the Lions, so you got to kind of look at that matchup. But I have let's see, where is it?
I'm with Zach on this one. I think I got to go with St. Brown.
I'm going touchdown guarantee for Rashad Bateman. Touchdown guarantee, Rashad Bateman.
Touchdown guarantee of the day. That's bold.
Will Julio Jones do any good? I think so. I mean, there's some players that you could start over him that would do better, but Julio is the number one wide receiver with A.J. Brown still out. Anthony Ferkshire can't really do anything, and the rest of the wide receivers should be still in high school. So
this can be Bateman's first touchdown of his career if he gets it today.
That's why it's like Charles Barkley says, a guarantee.
Yikes. I got a few more. Just let me know if you need me to.
Yeah, I was going to say, I want to bring one up for Zach because, our resident Jeff Wilson fan right here.
Let's go.
How you feeling about Jeff Wilson this week?
I'm going to give you 3 letters and a number. I bet you can guess.
Top 5? Are
you already know it.
Five?
Hashtag top 5. No, Jeff Wilson is not top 5, but he's top 1 in my heart. I think whoever the starting running back is for the 49ers is who you play. If it's Elijah Mitchell, obviously it won't be, but when it is him, he's valuable. And who's Elijah Mitchell? So Jeff Wilson has shown that he's got the ability. He's an excellent follow on Instagram. But that's besides the point. Jeff Wilson to the moon. Fire him up if he's low
end RB. He's starting, so low end RB1, high end RB2. Where are you?
Jeff Wilson top 5. This will be on hot takes in the morning. If this manifests though, this is gonna just skyrocket. The pregame show. These guys called Jeff Wilson top 5.
Yeah.
And, we always see that week where Jeff Wilson scores 20 to 30 points. So this could be that one week, and then the rest of the season has shin splints every half an hour. You know how painful that would be? Shin splints
Jeff
every
Wilson
half an hour? Just walking around. God, that would suck.
Once every 24 hours is excruciating. I can't even imagine.
It is.
Twice an hour.
I can't run on a treadmill because of it. But who wants to run on a treadmill anyways?
Yeah,
not this
treadmills
guy.
are no fun.
Nope.
Don't worry, doctors have already told me I'm not allowed to do any running, so we're all good that way. Bad for the knees.
Yep.
Bad for the knees.
Gotta hit the stair stepper.
Yeah, get on the bicycle.
Yep.
The BC.
I got all right, so question? What's a pretty hot topic this week is the Tennessee backfield.
Uh-huh.
I hope this goes where we like all choose a different running back. I'm going Hilliard. Who you guys rolling with if you have to pick a Tennessee Titan running back against the Jaguars, who are pretty bad against letting up RB touchdowns?
The artistly formerly known as Grill, I'm going Deontay Foreman.
I'm going Foreman as well. Yeah,
all right.
Foreman's got to be my pick. He's
2-1.
been kind of that workhorse. I think he's more likely to score. I haven't watched too much, so I'm not sure who is actually their goal line back. But if I had to infer out of the three of their running backs who should be the goal line back, it should be Deontay Foreman. So
I agree.
I'm hoping that's who they use as their.
I mean, it's really it's you're just like pulling or grasping at straws or whatever the saying is. You know, at this point, there's no clear difference between the two of them.
Yeah, Foreman's just a massive guy for a running back.
He's totally like a
235.
Not so many Derrick Henry. Like, he's very close. And he's got the hair, too.
Yeah.
I mean, it only took him 6 years of being on IR to finally be relevant in the NFL. But
I mean, look,
you have to see it.
It's that year.
This is
Cordell Patterson.
6-year breakout running back, typical thing we always see.
Cordell Patterson.
Cordell Patterson, the best.
Cordell Patterson will be worthless next year. Don't worry.
Represent for all the guys in their 30s, so you can still get it done.
Right. Thank you.
Yes. Thanks.
Be here all year.
Yep.
For the next 10.
Let's see. All right. Well, I asked this question before we were on the air, but Zach, at tight end, would you rather have Fant, Cook, or Moreau this week?
Fant, Cook, or Moreau? I'm gonna not lean on Moreau, and a lot of my answers this week are gonna be on the basis of you need a win to get in. So I'm not taking my chances on a guy like Foster Moreau. Noah Fant.
I do need a win to get in. So
yeah.
correct.
I think it's got to be Jared Cook, right? Yeah, I think
with Keenan Allen out,
right, 1,000%.
Yeah,
it's your best upside ability.
I'm starting Guyton, so I picked up Noah Fant.
Yeah, go Noah Fant then. You gotta
separate there.
Pick and choose.
You have no better options for wide receiver.
Julio.
I would not feel good starting Fant. I tell you that.
Neither would I, but being against Detroit, I'm projected to win by 32. So I just need like 5 points for my tight end.
Jeez.
So,
well, there you go.
Yeah. I need that context.
I have
You're
Dalvin
a heavy
Cook.
favorite. Yeah,
I have Dalvin Cook, and so there you go. That's all the context you need.
Yeah.
And in the league, we also do bonuses for like if you get to a certain rushing yards. So since you got to 200 rushing yards, there's a 6-point bonus on top of that.
Oh, wow.
So he's over 40.
Dang.
Nice. 40 burger on TNF. It's the way to start it off.
And speaking of Thursday Night Football, Craze and I do a starts and sits right before it. We called to start Dalvin Cook and not worry about Alexander Madison. So you got to tune in because we throwing them shots. We go live.
If you benched Dalvin Cook and you weren't there listening to us, that's your fault.
Yeah, you're just a loser.
It is. Yeah, you are. And you can change that though. There's upside to it. You can do better. You just got to be better. You know what I mean? It's not that hard. You just got to look into your eyes, into the mirror, and then turn that mirror into a computer screen and just be like, or your phone, and be like, look, I should listen to these guys. These guys got it. Because we do.
He's got it, man.
And so my page, the fantasy _ shot callers, we're growing. We're getting up to 700. But once we hit 1,000 followers, I will be doing a giveaway of a signed jersey by an NFL player that has helped propel you to fantasy greatness this year. He was kind of underwhelmed at the beginning, didn't have a high ADP. I'm not going to tell you who it is. You can kind of guess. He's out of the NFC. So, yeah.
Jeff Wilson.
And,
Jeff Wilson?
No. Oh, puppy.
That's awesome,
but
man.
Yeah, so, once we hit 1,000, I know we're on the road there, but soon enough it'll happen. And that jersey giveaway will happen as well. And he's an up-and-coming young star, so you got to have it. You got to have it.
Love it.
Yeah.
Love it.
Let's see. Do I have any more questions in my inbox here?
I have a few more, so just let me know.
Yeah, sure.
All right,
Spit them out.
Pick 2 this week. Like Panera Bread, you pick 2 here. DK, McLaurin, or Montgomery. Got to pick 2.
I'm starting Monty for sure.
Yep.
And I think I'm going to go DK and Monty.
McLaurin is just an absolute pain in the tuchus.
Yeah, he will probably be shadowed by Diggs this week, so.
I could see DK having a 50-point game today.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, the matchup, I don't think you can bench DK.
Yep.
So
I don't know, and I
think it all depends on like which like fluorescent color booty shorts he's wearing in warm up, and the amount of makeup he's got on. Yeah, it really, when he's like fluorescent pink, he has like the higher upside, but the neon green lowers the ceiling. But I have a couple other ones too. Austin Hooper or Tyler Higbee.
Hooper.
How's Higbee been doing these past few weeks?
Pretty trash with the rest of the Rams offense besides 2 wide receivers and Henderson.
Give me Higbee.
Just their whole offense.
I ain't take Higbee, so I think the targets have been there. He'll probably get you at 7 to 12 points.
Yeah. Again, if you're on that need to win to get in, Austin Hooper is definitely a good for like 2 targets, 0 catches, 0 yards.
Yeah. I was gonna say last time they played the Ravens, which was only 2 weeks ago, Austin Hooper was he played the highest snap percentage he did the entire season, was on the field 90% of the times, and he turned that into 3 targets for no receptions.
There you go.
So for those reasons, give me Tyler Higbee.
Yep. Good call.
But if Jared Cook's available on your waiver wire, go pick up Jared Cook.
Yeah. Or just stick with Austin Hooper.
No.
Yeah.
No.
You guys have any confidence in Jarvis Landry this week? Speaking on the Browns.
I always have confidence in Jarvis Landry. I just don't have confidence in Baker Mayfield.
Ooh.
Hot
take.
With this is the time Jarvis Landry starts heating up, by the way. This is the time that he starts scoring touchdowns and getting over 100 yards receiving.
The Ravens have no one to cover him as well. So got to take that into account. And
Marlon Humphreys is out for the year, right?
Yep. And Marcus Peters was out before the season. Yeah. So you got like Anthony Averett starting, and give me Jarvis.
What about DJP representing the University of Michigan? No.
He can go back to Michigan.
That's like a dart throw if you need a dart throw, but yeah. I ain't gonna.
Like a blind guy trying to hit the bullseye. Oops, sorry, was that your head?
Brutal.
Let's see. We got Lamar or Taysom Hill this week. Trying to get cute and play Taysom Hill against the Jets, or are you just going to stick with your star and play Lamar?
No, you got to go Lamar.
Taysom Hill is top 12 in every single game he's ever played as a starter. Playing against, who are they playing again today?
I don't know, some trash team. I don't know. Can't remember the name.
JTS.
Y'all know they're going to upset the Saints, right? It's just going to happen.
They're
going to be real upset when it's 37-4 going into halftime.
And all they're going to do is run the ball with Alvin Kamara. They're like, Kamara, we got to get you in some reps. You've been hurt for a little while.
So Taysom Hill threw 4 interceptions last week, right? And he put up 27 fantasy points.
Yeah, you're still a top 12 quarterback.
If he didn't throw any interceptions, you take off the 8 points, whatever that is in most leagues. Yeah. Putting up 35, that's pretty good. So I'm still sticking with Lamar, though. I don't think you bench Lamar, especially if you're in a situation where you have to rely on your quarterback.
Like Craze said, don't get cute.
Mm-hmm.
Unless you're like a super heavy underdog and you need the highest possible ceiling, I think it's Taysom Hill in this scenario because
No.
way.
what was Lamar's stat line against the Browns the last time they played? 2
That
weeks
was his
ago.
game where he threw 4 interceptions.
Okay.
Not good. But
It's
you're
not
talking
gonna happen.
ceiling here. Lamar Jackson is a guy who scored 50 points earlier on the season. So if you need ceiling, Lamar Jackson's got to be your guy. He's a better runner. He's a better passer. He does everything better than Taysom Hill when it comes to playing the quarterback position.
But he's not playing a junior varsity football team like the Saints are today. So it's...
Excuse me, for Pop Warner, thank you very much.
Bro, you know I'm coming from a place of understanding because as close as we are in that division, we are also close in absolute painful seasons watching our team. So
Yeah. You guys are just like playing to like have your draft pick even lower.
we're like, yeah, let's just make sure we stay in this cycle of being mediocre to bad.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Especially when you don't. Yeah. I mean,
And they're
your
like,
winning really
Tua's
doesn't.
Tua's like, he's like, I'll dedicate my life to this organization. They're like, I don't know. We should probably go with the guy that's got like 42 and a half charges right now.
Yeah.
Unreal.
Yeah.
That's Miami for you.
Much needed bye week, though.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure.
For my own sanity, too. Cause
I agree. I was on bye week last week, and I needed it. Can't afford to lose this week to the Falcons.
So I got one. Cortland Sutton, Jamison Crowder, or Dalton Schultz in the flex.
what was the first one?
Cortland Sutton. I'm not starting Sutton.
Cortland sucking.
Yeah, not starting him. So it's between Schultz and Crowder.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Clam Crowder.
Cam Crowder, me too. I'm going with him as well.
I just think now that he's the only guy there, I mean, Saints are probably going to be up 42-0 going into the second quarter, so they're going to have to throw the ball.
Oh, come on. You can go bolder than that. Go like 58.
Honestly, it won't be that bad. I'm a little more hyperbole. I think they'll definitely win easily, but I think Jets can still find a way to do something, at least fantasy-wise.
Yeah, and I'm just glad Marshawn Lattimore is done for the season. I mean, hopefully he gets better because he's a great football player. Huge a-hole, but a great football player. But, I mean, it's great for – and Elijah Moore, I hope he gets back and good soon, next season. But at the same time, let's go Crowder. And it's going to be a trio of 2019, 2020 wide receivers.
Yeah, it is. We got Braxton Berrios. Is he still there?
Oh, yeah.
Let's go. Big week. Big Braxton.
I mean, honestly, he's probably going to be the highest scoring.
Yeah. Yep.
Which is
Honey Nut Berrios. Trade market.
Let's see. Let me pull. Yeah, so my leagues, I'm debating between, because I got Connor and Michelle, so I can pick and choose tomorrow night. But would you start Lockett or Crowder over either of those two?
Well, one more time.
So I have Connor, Michelle, Lockett, and Crowder. I can start one. Right now I have Connor in with the possibility to change that out tomorrow night with Michelle.
Yeah.
But I wasn't sure if you guys would put Crowder in, being that he's the only guy there, or Lockett in, being that he's playing Houston.
I mean, it's either going to be I don't see Lockett and DK having crazy games. It's going to be either or, I think.
Yeah, and I am starting DK in that league too. So.
Oh, really? Oh, you can't start Lockett then.
Yeah, so it's my dynasty team, and somehow I ended up with both of them.
Well, I would trade away Lockett if you can.
I have not been able to trade away Lockett. No one wants him, so he's just been in and out of my
missed
lineup
that,
depending on the matchup.
You had the first 4 weeks to do that.
No one wanted him then. No one wanted him before the season started.
Ah.
He might go down as the most disrespected fantasy player of all time.
Yeah, I love Tyler Lockett, and I drafted Tyler Lockett and I ended up trading for DK because I got good value, and now I'm stuck with Lockett and DK because no one respects Lockett enough to trade me anything decent for him.
Yeah, I'd stick with the 2 that you got.
Yeah.
So out of the 3 backups that'll be starting this week, I already know Ocean State's answer, but who's gonna have the best game? Jeff Wilson, Godwin Igwebuike, or Rashad Penny?
Jeff Wilson. It's gotta be Jeff Wilson.
Yeah, I agree.
He's the only one who's done it.
Yeah, I mean, and Rashad Penny looked really good last week, and Godwin Igwebuike has looked pretty stellar when he has had the chance to carry the ball and catch passes in out of the backfield. So they all have, I think, tremendous upside. And if you're in need of a running back with all these injuries, definitely look at one of them. But yeah, I agree. Jeff Wilson Jr.
Jeff Wilson to the moon.
You don't even know if Godwin's going to be starting because they could pull out Jamar Jefferson instead.
Yeah, I don't think it matters.
You thought. But yeah, Jeff Wilson's got to be the guy for me.
Top 5 people. Jeff Wilson, top 5.
All right, so while we're on the Jefferson or Rex Burkhead?
No, don't want that for either of them. Neither.
Yeah, I agree.
I'm living proof that you have to make that decision. So
I'd start the Giants defense. 2 defenses. You have to make the decision. I'd go.
I'm telling you, I'm a 12 team. It's deep, man. It's hard out here, especially because I lost Derrick Henry. I lost Derrick Henry.
Yeah, 12 team. I was gonna say you should have.
It's standard. Rashad Penny should be available.
Well, yeah, but this year every single player decided that they were going to get injured. So it's and then Calvin Ridley was like, "Yeah, I'm just straight with football from now on." So I had to make a lot of pivots. I had Derrick Henry and Calvin Ridley, and Ryan Tannehill just sucking it up all year.
I guess you go Burkhead.
Right.
But
I mean, if I'm making that decision in a 12-team league, someone's doing it in a 16-team league for sure, or a 14. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, what's your waiver wire like, though?
Yeah,
Let's go. We'll go right to it.
Jeff Wilson Jr., how is he not on your team?
Yeah, for real.
If you have all these options, Jeff Wilson Jr. is your guy, and he's not on
Jeff Wilson, team. Top 5.
Jeff Wilson is on some of my teams.
Touchdown guarantee.
Why isn't he on this team? The team you need him, he's not on.
Listen, I've been going hard for Jeff Wilson since the preseason when he started following me. All right, I've been doing the work to lead up to this Week 14 possible game. Okay, so
yeah,
I want to hear it. No, I haven't been able to just hold him through all this time. That's what it was. Of course I had him, but I just can't hang on to him when I'm having all these injuries. And
yeah, I guess
I'm in relatively competitive leagues for the most part, and it's deep benches, so it's just. Yeah, I mean, if Rashad Penny, these are the guys that I can pick up right now. Rashad Penny, DJ Dallas, Zach Moss, Walter for the Jets, McNichols.
It's either Austin Walter or Rashad Penny.
I can't trust Rashad Penny.
No, I think you got to go Penny.
I'm
Peterson's out.
I'll die on Rex Burkhead before I die on Rashad Penny.
Yeah, for me, it's between Burkhead and Penny. So
Burkhead's game logs is somehow
so much better.
I'm telling you, Burkhead will finish higher above Rashad Penny this year. which is probably
This
the
year,
worst.
yeah.
Well,
Like
yeah,
the
of
worst.
course, because Rashad
Penny
Penny's
missed half
like
the season.
8 games, 9
Yeah,
games.
Rex Burkhead
10
is like a
games.
third-string running back on the worst team in the NFL. So it's like
So?
they both have the same amount of disadvantages.
Yeah, no, that's tough. They're both good matchups too, playing in the same game.
It's like
But
14 running backs in Seattle, though.
there's not now. It's gonna be DJ Dallas, Alex Collins, and Rashad Penny. There's 3.
Okay, who else is in Houston?
Royce Freeman will probably score more fantasy points than
Right,
Rex
exactly.
Burkhead.
Okay, point made. Anytime you got to bring in Royce Freeman to defend your argument, you should know that it's got no legs.
But which one is more likely to score is the question. Probably.
Rashad Penny is allergic to scoring.
It's fine. It's Rex Burkhead's team probably won't get the opportunity to score. Seattle's defense is going to look like an amazing defense for a week again.
He's got a point.
So you're trying to say Davis Mills is not going to get it done today?
Well, you're saying he's not the answer?
Yes.
You ain't got all the answers. How, Sway?
But, Davis Mills did put up like 34 points against the Patriots earlier this season, so maybe Davis Mills is just secretly the best player of all time, and we just don't know it.
Well, he's just doing the traditional take Tyrod Taylor's job as a rookie. So it's
I mean, the last guy who did it, he was pretty good.
And the last 7 before him were pretty good too.
I mean, didn't Baker beat out Tyrod Taylor at one point?
Josh Allen. I mean, guys, the list goes on and on.
Yeah.
Let's see. I got a question for you guys. Who are we starting? Deontay Foreman, Chase Edmonds, or Igwebuike?
Foreman, just because I don't know if Edmonds is going to be playing.
Yeah, I agree.
And you can't afford to wait because at that point there is really no way you can pivot. Yeah. Chase Edmonds probably has a better chance of scoring the most points, even though he's probably not going to play. But especially if you're trying to win now, you got to go. Foreman.
Very true.
Foreman.
Yeah, and in that lineup, Jonathan Taylor's on bye, so that kind of sucks.
Yeah. Yeah, Edmonds was practicing this week, and
of course, I'm not playing anybody in any of my leagues that have Jonathan Taylor.
Yeah. Well, that's good.
Sneaky. Well,
not for you.
Yeah, not for me. Of course, the 1 week, you think you could sneak by somebody. Probably a juggernaut team has Jonathan Taylor.
Wow. I'm just looking at Twitter. I was looking to see if I could find anything about Chase Edmonds, and there's some crappy Chase Edmonds questions. Would you start Chase Edmonds or DJ Dallas? Like, people are at that point. And
I told you. You thought I was crazy with the Rex Burkhead. I'm telling you, it's tough out here, especially if you're in a 12-team or deeper.
Yeah.
Oh, my.
You're right. Chase Edmonds, bro, is actually a really good running back and had a really good start to the season.
I love Chase Edmonds.
You can't bank on you potentially missing the playoffs on a Monday night game time decision. That's just like fantasy 101.
Yeah, because then at that point, because I'm assuming Sony's not going to be available in whatever league
of course
we're talking about here. So
yeah, you'd be playing like the third string running back for the Rams.
You'd probably and you can't do that. So
right.
Yeah.
All right, I got a 2-quarterback league one here.
Okay.
I think I already know Crazy's one, but as someone who's starting one of these guys in a must-win situation as a streamer, Cam Newton or Teddy Two-Glove Bridgewater?
Give me Cam. Give me Cam.
Of course, Cam.
I'm just gonna make a bunch of fart sounds until you can pick someone else. But give me Cam Newton.
Yes, sir. Playing against a terrible defense in Atlanta.
Touchdown guarantee.
Being able to run the ball the way he does, Christian McCaffrey being out, Cam Newton will score at least once on the ground and once through the air.
Whoa. Well, I'm having deja vu. It's like
how about the narrative too? They got rid of Joe Brady and now they want to run the ball.
They are so stupid.
It's like, doesn't every team? I love that. They want to run the ball and win. So does
Matt
every
Rule's
team.
been telling the team to run the ball throughout the entire season,
Right.
and we have not seen it happen. And now, but we promoted a guy who worked with the running backs. So we should be running the ball. Chuba gonna have a good game. Amir Abdullah probably also.
Yep.
I would start Amir Abdullah over Rex Burkhead.
No, I don't agree with
Yes.
that.
I'm dead inside.
The tailbacks for the Panthers are like in the past I've talked like products of their environment. That's why Mike Davis was so good last year and was touted as a starting running back this year. But obviously has not because he was a product of his environment. Unfortunately, Carolina's environment has kind of changed, or Chuba is not the answer, and so he just doesn't look that great. I don't like either running backs for the Panthers, but what do you know?
I do know that Teddy Bridgewater is going to be a top 12 quarterback this week. You can put that down there as a guarantee. Teddy, top 12 glove. Teddy 12 gloves.
Okay,
Teddy
so
12
even
gloves?
though the Lions are what, one in
They're a mid team
18?
against quarterbacks.
Their season's done. They got the one win.
They're done.
All they needed to do.
They're playing for pride right now, and surprisingly, they're not like in the top 5 defense, or in the not.
Yeah, they're mid. They're like.
Yeah, they're like 15 through 17 or something like that.
I just pulled up Teddy Two Gloves just to see. His last 3 games, he's yet to score over 20 points. He's scored over 20. Can't start Teddy Bridgewater. It's got to be Cam.
Lions are down. Pretty sure they're down. They're starting cornerbacks, whoever they even are. I don't know if that includes Akuda Matata, but I'm telling you right now, 35-7 is going to be the game. Detroit.
It'll be 35-7, and Javonte Williams and Melvin Gordon will be running the ball all day because they're going to get up. They're going to be up like 21-0, and they're just going to run the ball all game.
That sounds great until finance showed up this morning and was like, hey, guys, in case you forgot, we're paying like Tim Patrick and Cortland Sutton like $10 billion. So, the game plan is to pass the ball to those guys because we're just wasting money right now. And let's not beat our star running back into the ground when we have Melvin Gordon, who is like
they'll just beat Melvin Gordon into the ground.
The poster child, exactly. They're just gonna blast. But Melvin Gordon is not good enough to do it all by himself. So
he's against we're talking about the Lions here. He's good enough to beat the Lions.
Right. I mean, Madison only saved his week last week because he had the touchdown. He wasn't like super impressive last week.
Yeah, but that's the Vikings. The Vikings are good one week, and then they are just as bad the next week. So
very true. Well, I got to set my lineups. I'm sure you guys do too. I want to plug in a DFS, and I got some calls to make before the kickoff starts. But let's go. Sunday, the last week before playoffs, the algorithm for the football season of the NFL variety is broken because there's a bye week the last week of fantasy football before the playoffs, which is dumb, stupid, and other things. So, Jonathan Taylor, number 1 touted running back, is out this week.
If he's on your roster, you should already be locked in to the playoffs.
One of the best defenses in the NFL on bye week right now. So
yes, the Patriots are.
I agree. And then probably one of the other best defenses in the league that's been playing great as of late is on bye as well. The Colts.
The Colts.
They're on bye too. Their defense is pretty good. And then one of the best corners who's been playing great this year is also on bye. Darius Slay. He's been pretty good so far this year.
It's just the buys are so off this year, and we apologize for you from the NFL, even though we don't do anything for the NFL because we are the people for the people. So just remember, fantasy is life. It's a vibe. This was great, y'all. Let's get it kicked off again next Sunday.
Yes, sir. Sure. Let's go.
Peace.
Jeff Wilson, top 5.
Top 5.